Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. So today I'm gonna be telling you about the fragrances that I personally gravitate when it's hot and humid. And these are the fragrances that refresh me, that accompany me during the whole day. They can be with me from day to night. Some of the fragrances are more dressy, but they are refreshing, and what's more important, they do not contain any citrus fragrances, citrus notes, or if there's a citrus note, there's just one citrus note and it's not particularly noticeable. Why would I choose to show you something for summer without, or almost without citrus notes? It's because I know that citrus notes can be tricky. I know that there's so many people that do not love citrus notes because for them they are harsh, they smell like detergent or what have you. So I opted for these fresh, refreshing, pick-me-up fragrances for work, for going out, for date night. They're nice, summer appropriate, hot summer appropriate, scorching hot summer appropriate, high humidity climate appropriate, and they are very, very different, but they are refreshing. So let's just start at a random. I'm gonna show you the first fragrance, which is the fragrance that I actually made a review on, and this is a Valentino Green Stravaganza. So this is the fragrance that has three notes only. It has Lapsang Souchong tea, it has jasmine, and also vanilla. So even when I made this review, and mind you, this fragrance came out at the end of January, I want to say, so it's relatively new fragrance. I told you that it's a beautiful, it's lovely fragrance. It's just there's nothing special about this fragrance, and I still stand by what I said, because there's nothing special about this fragrance. But yet, if you need something nice, simple but impactful, this is a fragrance that has this freshness to it, but it also is a sweet fragrance, white flower sweet fragrance. There's no indolic note whatsoever, so it's your perfect companion for evening, for going out, date night kind of thing. But if you like this kind of notes, you can absolutely wear it in the morning as well. I actually wore it the other day, and the amount of positive reaction to this fragrance was like astonishing. People seem to like it very, very much, and this is a nice one. This is a nice fragrance. Next fragrance is a fragrance that is a perfect unisex fragrance, and it has no citruses, just like the Green Stravaganza by Valentino. No citruses at all. So this one is by Maison France Kurkdjian, and this is Gentle Fluidity Silver. I actually used to own a bottle of Gentle Fluidity Gold, but I don't really like it, not as much as I like this one, so I actually sold that one. It has juniper berries, musk, coriander, woodsy notes, nutmeg, amber, and vanilla. This is a very, very beautiful fragrance. I have to say it's a perfect unisex scent, because I wore it, my husband wore it. It's such a beautiful fragrance. I know that juniper berries for some women can be tricky. Some women think that, well, it's more on the masculine side, but trust me, the juniper berries and the coriander and all these spices, they actually give this fragrance such a freshness, such neutrality, that, I mean, I love it about this fragrance. So it's perfect neutral fragrance. It's not sweet, even though there's some vanilla. This is not a sweet fragrance. It's perfect neutral. It's very kind of, I'd say, genderless fragrance, yet being very refreshing. So I absolutely love it, love it, love it. Especially I enjoy this fragrance when it's raining. Like after the rain, it's just an amazing fragrance. So next one is the fragrance by Nicolai, Parfumeur Createur, and this is Riviera Verbena. And I have to say that this one actually has lemon inside, but the lemon inside is completely covered with other notes that are similar to lemon but are not lemon, like lemongrass. So they have this kind of petit grain, green grass and verbena and patchouli. They have this cologne molecule that actually gives this fragrance the freshness and airiness and kind of water like fresh feeling. So it has thyme and jasmine, rose, white musk and vetiver. Beautiful fragrance, absolutely gender neutral as well. So I like this one. This one is a beautiful composition, and I actually, you see, I'm wearing it and I'm enjoying it. It's such a beautiful, such a nice kind of citrus-like, yes, because the lemon is in the beginning, but then it vanishes, and you just have this perfectly neutral and green smell, and this watery feeling given you by cologne is like this cologne molecule is very refreshing, especially if you live in a hot humid climate. I enjoy this fragrance. This one is a very beautiful fragrance, and this is work appropriate, like very strict dress code environment appropriate. This one is a very nice fragrance. In general, if you are not a huge lover of fragrances, if you don't like to have a big collection of fragrances or a small collection of fragrances, if you're just looking for one fragrance that you would wear during, like, I don't know, 3 months, you need a fragrance for summer and you live in a very humid and hot climate, this might be it, because it's perfectly neutral, it's perfectly beautiful, it's gonna take you from day to night, it's gonna be work appropriate, but in the evening it's gonna be appropriate for you to go out with your friends, etc. This one is beautiful, very nicely made, very kind of herbaceous, lemony herbaceous fragrance. The lemon, again, it vanishes in the beginning, but even though you can actually feel the lemon in the beginning, do not think that it's kind of harsh and screechy lemon. It's not. It's nice and kind of juicy lemon. Next one is the fragrance that I absolutely adore, and I actually mentioned it in my Wednesday video. So this one is Shiseido, and this is Ginza. So this is the first fragrance from the modern line of Ginza. This is the fragrance that is absolutely nice. It's flowery and it's refreshing. There's a high dose of pomegranate. So this fragrance has pomegranate, pink pepper, orchid, freesia, magnolia, jasmine, patchouli, hinoki, and sandalwood. So it's very heavy on flowers. It's very heavy on patchouli, but and on pomegranate. But the pomegranate in the beginning, especially, it's like a blast of something acidic, very pleasant, very nice, very refreshing. I enjoy this fragrance. I do think that it's just like this one. They're completely two different fragrances, absolutely two different fragrances, but also this one is appropriate for day to night wear every single day. It's such a nice, such a beautifully balanced fragrance. I just it's amazing. It's very nice. It's heavy on flowers. You have to keep this in mind. It's not a neutral fragrance. It's the flowers are prominent, but I'm telling you, it's worth it, because it's not it's not gonna suffocate you with flowers, absolutely not. It's going to be such a beautiful composition for you, especially if you enjoy flowers, if you like flowery notes, and you again you have to like this beautiful pomegranate note in the beginning because it's quite prominent, and this is what gives this fragrance this airiness and this freshness. And also there's this pink pepper. The pink pepper is lifesaver. If you do not, from what I am suggesting you today, if you're not able to pick anything that you like, here is the advice for you. You just go out and you look for the fragrance that has pink pepper in it, because pink pepper, it makes fragrances more airy, more pleasant, more light. So pink pepper is a must for summer. Next fragrance is a fragrance that has a lemon. Well, it doesn't have a lemon, it has yuzu. But in this occasion, the yuzu is absolutely undetectable to my nose. This one is a beautiful fragrance. This one is a staple in my collection for quite some time now. And it's not a new fragrance, so the plus of this fragrance is that you can actually find it for such a beautiful price point now. You know, maybe even like 25, 30 like euros for 30 ml, something like that. So it has yuzu, pomegranate, again, it gives this freshness. It has ice, like ice cubes, peony, lotus, magnolia, musk, mahogany, and amber. This one is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, and it opens up with lotus flower. It doesn't open up with yuzu. Like it opens up right away with the flower note and with the fruity note, but it's a kind of, at least to my nose, the yuzu is not detected in here at all. And this is such a feminine fragrance. Is this kind of light and beautiful and like everyday appropriate, absolutely, but also nighttime appropriate. When I think of this fragrance, the image that I have in my head, have you ever watched the series The Sex and the City? Well, the original ones, not the ones that came out just recently. The original ones. Do you remember Sarah Jessica Parker in the opening titles? She was like wearing this tutu, this kind of tutu, and the pink shirt, or the tutu was pink and the shirt was white. Anyhow, something was white and something was pink, either tutu or the shirt. Well, not the shirt, I think it was the body. So anyway, this is an image that I have in my head. This is something airy, something really, really light, something like elven-like. Very nice, very beautiful. This is such a wonderful fragrance. Not complicated, but yet people like it. Men like it. If you care about what men like, people like the fragrances like that. Very nice, very no-brainer fragrances, and they seem to react very positively to this kind of scents. And this one, maybe it's because it has this kind of pomegranate, maybe it's because it has this ice cubes, like I detect that there's some kind of molecule that gives you this sensation that you are holding ice cubes in your hand. So this kind of fresh feeling when you spray on this fragrance, and it's absolutely amazing. So don't be alert by the fact that this fragrance is by no means new. This fragrance has come to the market probably more than 10 years ago, but it's fantastic. This is a fantastic scent nonetheless. Next one is the fragrance that I also talked to you about, and this is the fragrance by Elizabeth Arden, and this is the Green Tea Coconut Breeze. So I'm not gonna actually talk extensively about this fragrance because I have a review for this fragrance, and I will link it down below, or maybe I will just link it after, like in the closing titles of this video. But this is the fragrance that has bergamot in it. Just bergamot, coconut, salt, coriander. It has two molecules. It has petalia and mahonial. So petalia is actually a molecule that gives you the sensation of flowers, a flower bouquet, and also the karma flower. It's also some flower thing. And then green tea musk, white amber, and oak moss. So if you want to know about this fragrance in details, I just encourage you to go and see my video. But just in short, this is a beautiful fragrance. It has coconut inside, but for me it's not a coconut, it's more like a coconut water. It doesn't have this coconutty, quite heavy. Sometimes coconuts can be heavy, they can be overly sweet, they can be very nutty, but this one, in my opinion, it has coconut water inside. But anyway, this is a fragrance like a representative in general of this beautiful line by Elizabeth Arden that is called Green Tea. I love the green tea, the original one, the first one. This is beautiful. It doesn't last on me. It just doesn't last. It just it seems like my skin eats this fragrance up in a matter of an hour. I don't have this fragrance on my skin in 1 hour, but nonetheless, I enjoy these fragrances. I enjoy this line, and the line is so extensive. It's such a beautiful line. There's also nectarine blossom that I have actually. I'm not showing this to you because I picked this one for this video, but all of them are very light, and all of them are very nice, and all of them are very appropriate, and most importantly, all of them are very, very affordable. So if you're type of the person that is looking for just one fragrance for summer, and you just want to remember this summer, buy this fragrance, and you want to use only this fragrance in summer, pick something from this line. You're not going to be disappointed. Yes, you will have to reapply the fragrance, absolutely. But oh boy, these fragrances, they are beautiful. They are wonderful. Next one is the fragrance that is a niche fragrance, and I got an opportunity to get to know the brand when I was at Texans in Milan, and this is the fragrance that is called Verdant. And this is Eau de Bougie, the name, beautiful. So it has Timur, neroli, cactus, violet leaf, tomato leaf, white flowers, Australian sandalwood, javanol, vetiver, oak moss, concrete, and musk. And for me, this is an absolutely green scent. It's not sweet. It's absolutely neutral green smell, and tomato leaf is very pronounced. Actually, not even the tomato leaf, but this kind of, how do you call this thing that actually connects the tomato to the branch that it is holding the tomato, this kind of the green thing. So this is the feeling that I get from this. Well, not only the tomato, obviously, but it's just green, neutral, a bit herbaceous fragrance, very beautiful, very unique. In my opinion, this is a unisex and very appropriate for times when you are in a scorching hot and environment, and you are in the city, and around you like summer is going on, and you're not able to go on vacation. You have to stay and you have to work in your office. So this is a fragrance for that times. Neutral, green, beautiful, refreshing fragrance. I love it. I love it. It's such a beautiful and unique fragrance. So next one is an oldie but goodie, and trust you me, this is the fragrance that so many times I want to avoid it, but not because I don't like it, but because I want to gravitate towards something new. But then this guy comes along, and I'm like, yeah, just come come my way. I love you. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. This is Leopard Kenzo by Kenzo, obviously. And this is such a staple in my collection for many, many, many years. And this fragrance has been reformulated, and it actually, I do own an older bottle that still has, you know, the name that they just Leopard Kenzo, and this one, it has the name Le Kenzo. So there has been a difference, a change in name and a change in notes, but I still dearly love this fragrance. It has reed, mint, green lilac, mandarin orange. Yeah, it has just one citrus. Pink pepper, water lily pepper, violet, white peach, amaryllis, rose, cedar, white musk, and vanilla. And this is, oh boy, a beautiful, beautiful scent. And this scent has been with me through thin and how do you say it, thick and thin, right? So so many adventures, so many voyages that I have made. It's such a beautiful fragrance. It's a bouquet of flowers, but they are very transparent, and there's this kind of feeling of freshness, this realistic feeling of fresh air in this fragrance, and kind of air, and also this kind of watery feeling, but not the watery feeling like you would get in the Davidoff fragrance in Cool Water. Then the feeling of water is quite prominent. In this one, it's more like air and water together, like the mix of freshness and flowers, and there's such a beautiful fragrance. And I actually can argue that there's some kind of molecule in here. It's just that it's not written in this on Fragrantica, but this freshness, it's kind of, it's amazing. And it's, again, oldie but goodie. It's such a beautiful scent, such a beautiful companion. I actually have here the female version, but the male version are just as good. They're very beautiful, so I recommend this fragrance wholeheartedly. Another fragrance, and we are coming to the end. This is Roger and Gallet, and this is Eau de Cologne by Roger and Gallet. So even though this was kind of certified by Jean-Marie Farina, who was a creator, a creator of the first Eau de Cologne water back in 17 something, so it was like 300 years ago. Anyway, this one is such a beautiful fragrance. It is different to the classic Eau de Cologne, because the classic Eau de Cologne, it has 7 notes, and the majority of the 7 notes are citruses, and that's why actually they are called 7 notes, because people didn't know how to call them, the creators didn't know how to call them, so they called them notes because they are 7, and the notes of music, the musical notes, are 7, so they call them the notes. And this is a totally different composition. The composition of this fragrance, it has only petite grain, rosemary, and lavender. So it's a very refreshing, herbaceous water. It's such a such a unisex kind of, it almost feels like it's a splash. It's so nice, and it's especially if you're hot, or especially if you need a shower, you're in desperate need of shower, but there's no way you can get one. You just splash it all over yourself. You just make shower with this one, and I guarantee you, your freshness will be restored. Such a beautiful, beautiful thing. So we are coming to the end with this fragrance. Did I forget? Yeah, I forget to find the notes of this fragrance. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I didn't. I have it. So this, the Malone Wild Bluebell fragrance, and it's very nice, very airy, very fresh. It has dewdrop, green leaves, clove, bluebell, persimmon, peach, musk, and powdery notes. So this one is like a sip of water, like a sip of very nice and refreshing cold water, but it also has this kind of fruity aspect to it. But it's kind of what is prominent in this fragrance is this green and fresh aspect. And I guarantee you this wild bluebell is such a light fragrance that actually many brides choose it as their wedding scent. um, I would personally choose something else, and I actually did choose something else on my wedding. I had two fragrances. I had Jean Paul Gaultier Classique, and I had also Natura Noir by Serge Lutens. So I had those fragrances. I would never choose something like Bluebell because it's so light. I need some oomph to my wedding day, right? But this one is such a dreamy, very nice, very light fragrance. This is the fragrance that you just put on yourself when you don't want to put anything on yourself, and you will smell fantastic. Yeah, so these are the fragrances that I wanted to show you today. Please let me know what are the fragrances that you use when it's scorching hot. What are the fragrances that you gravitate towards when it's like so hot that you don't even want to go out from your house? And what do you use? And I thank you for your attention, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.